We are joined by big-time Ian Rapoport, insider for the NFL Network. Oh, come on. You are big-time. So thanks for joining us, Ian.
You definitely are big-time. When you broke free agency news about me, it made me feel really important. Yes, when I left the Broncos and went to the Bears, I was like, oh, I'm official now. So let's go, man. I really appreciate it. Let's go.
Wait, what about this one?
Well, I did find there was the last one. Patriots have cut Benny Fowler. That was fast.
You didn't get to re-sign. You didn't get the I re-signed.
A lot of retweets.
I re-signed with the Giants the next day.
I love it. You know what? Gotta get the news. I wanted to let the world know that you were free. That's
Well, what I take from that is that Bill Belichick signed me.
There you go.
So
that's
how you. That's a positive reframe.
I like
right
it.
there.
Yeah. Well, listen, what's the biggest news or the news you've been most proud of that you've ever broke before?
You know, because this business is so weird, it's sort of like you never really get the chance to be, oh, I did it, because then the next one will, will come right at you. I would say for me, there's been some that have been like maybe more fun than others. When Rob Gronkowski was retired, and everyone was wondering where he was going to go, was he going to stay retired? I broke him getting traded to the Bucs. That was a good one.
Yeah. Anything with Gronk's got to be fun.
Yeah. The Phillip Rivers one this year, coming out of retirement, hitting send on that tweet, was like, it was like a day's worth of work because nobody would talk to me, no one would confirm. It was just like crazy because it was so wild. That was really fun. Like the ones that are, like there's always going to be like negative shit that you break. Negative stuff that you break. And negative stuff that you break that's always like gets a big reaction.
Yeah.
But trades are generally pretty fun. Signings are fun. So those are the ones I think.
Well, where were you when Sean Payton had his press conference to announce that Bo Nix had the ankle injury? Because I was in that press conference, but a lot of people from the outside were just like, is this actually real?
Yeah,
is this happening?
So that was crazy. First of all, for Sean, I don't know as a head coach that he could handle it in a better way than he did. Because it's crazy. It's like, in my world, best case scenario, someone texts me, hey, Bo Nix just broke his ankle, and I tweet it and I break. That's number one best case.
Yeah.
Number two is full transparency from a coach.
Yeah.
And he stood up there and he was like, listen, this is what happened. We're going to be okay. We trust in Stidham and we're ready to roll. And I was like, wow, that's leadership, So I never do this, but we had our pregame show in the morning and we had a little bit of a later wake up the next day. So I went out with some of my friends who had some wings and watched the game. And so the game ends. And
what you never do is go out with your friends and get wings and watch the game?
I work a lot.
That's my favorite thing to do.
That's the only
I
thing
work a lot. And generally when games are going on, I'm working and I have to stay close to my camera in case stuff happens. So I will hang out with plenty of friends, just so you know.
Just not during games.
Right. Well, just usually near my house.
Right.
But anyway, this time I was in a different state. I was hanging out with some friends. And I get a text from one of our producers like, Sean Payton just said Bo Nix broke his ankle. He just announced it. And I'm like, there's no way. So I started making calls and made sure that he really said it and it was really true before I tweeted. So I was probably 3 or 4 minutes behind everyone else because I'm like, how can this be true?
Right. Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
Can you talk a little bit about last week's impromptu press conference, Bo Nix and Sean Payton, and Bo having his own press conference because Sean talked about his surgeries? What were your thoughts about that?
I think a couple things. First of all, good reminder for everyone, if you're going to talk about someone else's medical, make sure everyone's on the same page.
Yep.
Because it's like when a player's come back from an injury, it's not like, all right, the team says this and that. It's like, no. It's an agreement between the team, player, and the medical staff. That's how you decide. So everyone should be on the same page with that. For me, it was interesting because for Bo, he's growing up a little bit.
Yeah.
He's kind of coming into his own a little bit. And so he clapped back on the coach. Okay. That's he wants to say, got to say that's what it should be.
Right. Now that Davis Webb has been hired to be the offensive coordinator, the play calling thing has come up a little bit. I personally think it might be crazy to talk about Sean Payton giving up play calling. What do you think?
I don't think it's crazy. Excuse me. I don't think it's crazy. I don't know for sure that it's happening. I've heard rumors like everybody else. I think if you are a play caller as a head coach, here's what you're looking for. Someone you trust that you can hand it over to so you can just be the CEO of the team. You can be the head coach. And to me, the fact that we're even talking about it is a very good sign for Davis, because it's like Sean Payton must trust him enough to even consider. So like, what's it going to be? I don't know. My guess is Sean Payton will be heavily involved in anything play calling anyway. But like, if someone's wondering about the future of Davis Webb, you should probably feel pretty good that Payton's even thinking about it.
It's interesting that Davis was getting all those interviews to be a head coach, given that he's never even been a coordinator. I'm curious, what do you know about Davis in that process?
Well, I think first of all, what sometimes happens for coaches that aren't coordinators is teams will interview them and like kind of be trying to take a look at like, all right, maybe this is my coordinator.
Right.
You know, like Cliff Kingsbury gets a head coach interview with the Titans, and I'm like, is this a head coach interview or is this like a offensive coordinator? I think with Davis, because he's got like so much juice, I think it was pretty real. Like I know the Raiders liked him. I think probably a little too early. It's okay. But that seemed pretty real to me. And like reality is like being a head coach is so different from being a coordinator. That like as long as you understand all aspects of an organization, it sort of doesn't really matter. Like if you've called plays, if you've been a coordinator or not. Like Kevin O'Connell never called plays before Minnesota. He's doing fine. He's one of the best coaches in the NFL.
Yeah. With the Broncos this offseason, looks like a lot of people want them to go out and get a playmaker. Are there some big names that maybe could be traded potentially? Yeah, that's what it seems like. I mean, George Pickens is a free agent, but do you think there's
Is he a free agent?
That's a good question.
I think the franchise tag would probably state otherwise. We'll see. But that's what happens this time of year. You're like, oh, free agency? It's going to be great. Look at all the guys available. And then the tags come and you're like, womp womp.
Yeah, great point.
I would say this. I mean, there are going to be some receivers available, but I would say this. What teams have done recently is lock up their guys, and then if they have to move on, they trade. And so, like, Broncos have always been very trade happy, not shy about taking a chance. I could for sure see them acquiring one. Trade would make sense as well, just because, like, if you want a good player, a lot of times you got to trade for them, not just in free agency.
Any names we should keep an eye out on? Not necessarily that you've heard tied to the Broncos, but yeah,
I would say I'm not there yet.
Okay,
not there yet.
You talked about Bo Nix's growth in terms of his maturity and stepping into his own. What did that really look like for you watching him on the field?
Well, I mean, to me, the places I see it are like when you got to have it, right? And like, you know, you could sort of say whatever you want about a quarterback. It's like second down and second quarter. He's making plays. You're like, all right. But when you got to have it, is he making that last play? Like we saw it 2 years ago, especially at the end of the year. We saw it this year plenty. And so like when a guy shows you that, it's like a guy shows you something enough, like that's who he is.
Right.
And so, you know, is Bo Nix perfect? Like, no. Like there's definitely some times this year you want to be more consistent, make more plays, all of that. When they got to have it, he is really good.
What do you make of the idea that the Vikings would be interested in George Paton, given the fact that he's still under contract with the Broncos?
I would say I don't know if it's a thing. He is under contract with the Broncos, and I think he's done an excellent job. If I were the Vikings, I would be interested. But like, people get interested in things all the time. It's like every year there's storylines of like, so-and-so called this team to try to, you know, make a trade. And it's like, okay, well, that team didn't want to trade him. So like, I don't know what Denver would do. I don't know where it goes, maybe nowhere. But if I were the Vikings, that would make sense to me. I think George is excellent.
Yeah.
I'm curious, offseason in general, the entire league, is this going to be one where there's a lot of exciting player movement? Do you expect it to be a little bit more low-key?
It always is.
Okay.
There's never low-key. I mean, we thought the coaching cycle would be low-key. We had 10 openings. Low-key is over. NFL doesn't do low-key.
Yeah, it's a great point. Last one for you, Ian. What's the craziest way that you've broken news before? Right now, potentially?
Middle of an interview.
What's the? Should I be looking up? Is this like an eyes up situation?
Absolutely. Yep. Close your eyes.
I really badly want to look.
I feel like I need to be looking at my phone to get that notification.
What was your question?
What's the craziest place or way that you've ever broken news before?
I mean, a lot of fun places on a chairlift. It's
Yeah,
a good one.
yeah,
I've done
that is good.
In a pool,
Yeah,
airplane.
everywhere. Yeah, yeah. Well, you've got game day morning at Super Bowl. Super Bowl Sunday starts at 7 a.m. Denver time in Colorado, 8.5 hours long. Make sure to check out the NFL Insider Ian Rapoport. Thanks for joining us.